Okay, so what we're looking at here is the parts to build our HDE-32, our 2-button unit. And this is the analog variety, so you can tell here I've got the different circuit board than we had on the other image in my video here. And so what we're looking at is just to give you a bit of an idea on the components that go into this, and then we'll show you how we put this together. Again, this is a demonstration, so we don't typically build this on an office table. And so you'll see that a little bit later as we're putting this thing together. One of the key features is, again, a little sleek, a little more modern than what we're used to sending out as a legacy product. And so we're getting a little more refined with these things. And we've got a 316 grade stainless steel with a brushed finish here. And a nice new mic pattern for the holes. Aside from that, we've got very many labeling options, as mentioned, for ADA, ODA compliance. We've got different braille standards, sometimes different text heights, widths, this type of stuff. So all of these different options can be talked about with your Guardian sales rep. So for the sake of this illustration, we're going to use an operator for one button and emergency for the other. We've got our 2 push buttons here. We've got our gasketing that's going to go on the back side of this faceplate and seal up to this nice back box that we've got here, which again can either be sold as part of this, or this unit can be sold without that back box to go into our OGP wall mount or full pedestal offering. So again, we've got our outdoor weatherproof speaker, circuit board, gasket, a little gasket for the microphone, a couple of plugs for the cable entries here that you can see on the housing. Nothing up my sleeves, no tricks. We've got Vandal Resistant screws here, nice security bit to make that happen, and we've got our microphone here that's going to be connected up to our circuit. I'm going to let one of our qualified production staff members put this thing together so it's actually done accurately and illustrate what type of quality we're talking about when you get a Guardian product. As you can see, we start with the gasketing. We get this in there for the weather rating to make sure that you are going to get a really nice seal, whether you use our recessed back box for just inside a wall, or whether it is again going to be sealed up against maybe a brick, maybe it's steel surface of a signage display on your site. Alright, so now that we've got our gasket in place, we take our speaker, and again this is a weather rated outdoor speaker. Again, when we're talking about the atmospheres these go into, you're going to find some cold, damp, all sorts of different things that these get towards. They might be near traffic, and you need to understand that they're going to be holding up, and that audio quality is going to be good, and people are going to hear what the operator or emergency personnel on your site have to say to them, and the instructions they're going to be provided may be for, again, an emergency situation and of the utmost importance. Well, next up we've got our push buttons, and again these are IP67 rated push buttons. We have built-in LED rings, so you can get them in the blue LED or red, as it were. And these are Vandal Resistant, so they are designed to take whatever the public can throw at them. You'll also notice that they are protruding, and that is again from a compliance standpoint for ADA or AODA. So it's a very key component with any Guardian Telecom product, is that we're making sure that you actually get what you want, and we're providing that service from front to back as far as even engineering design when needed, all the way to site acceptance tests, and these types of things are also part of the larger projects that we get involved in, especially when it comes to these where you might have transit applications, things of that nature where it's quite an undertaking. So again, now we're getting set to put the microphone in place, so we've got gasketing for that, as well as the stainless steel mesh that I referenced earlier. So it's again, very industrial grade, very rugged. Again, all of this is part of the weather rating, and also to some degree the vandal resistance of our product. So again, when you put this product in place, it's going to be there for a long time. When it comes to these products, a lot of times, again, they are emergency use case, so they're not necessarily used every day, all day, like a cell phone might be, or your office phone. But the fact of the matter is, when you're buying a Guardian product, the expectation is it's going to work. whether you use it once a year, once every 5 years, or once every 10 minutes. Now we're implementing the analog circuitry. Again, some of the nice features that we've been implementing as well allow for a little bit of remote intelligence added into even the analog devices. So again, we're always striving for perfection. Oh, we're starting to connect up some of these components, the speaker. Next up, we've got the push buttons. We're getting these connected up so that everything will be functional here. We're using connectors that we know aren't going to have vibration issues, things like that, where the wires are coming off, anything like that. Again, these are built to be industrial grade, and so that's part of the care and attention that we take into all of our designs. So now we're working on the grounding for the units. Again, this is always a concern with electrical devices and electronic components. You want to make sure that you're following the electrical procedures of your region. And that may involve a few different things, but again, we're going to give you some grounding locations and make sure that these are usable in a very safe manner. Again, part of the general safety compliance. Now we get that faceplate onto the back box, and we again make sure it's all aligned and those holes are all good to go. And so again, in this case, we've got the emergency label. And for the sake of illustrating some of our capabilities, we've got an operator label as the second one, as opposed to assistance, which would be normal on this HDE-32. But again, talk to your Guardian sales reps, whether that's the in-house here at Guardian, or we have manufacturers reps across the country and across North America, and they're more than happy to help you out as well. Whenever you contact Guardian, we'll put you in touch with the right folks in your environment to be able to do the hands-on support and after-sales assistance that you might need. Again, full features as far as front end to back end of our products. We're making sure that through the whole process you guys are getting absolutely everything you need. Okay, so now that we've got these babies all built up and ready to go, they've been tested, they're set in their ways, and you're going to be ready to go as soon as you unpack them on your site and get them installed. Again, we have all sorts of different varieties, whether you're buying a single button VoIP product and putting it into our OGP wall mount or pedestal, or you need a 2-button recessed mount. We've got surface mount options, we've got options with keypads, so any number of variants. You can feel free to contact any of us Guardian sales staff, and we'd be more than happy to go through the different options and what best suited for your site. Thank you again for your time and watching this video, and we'll see you in the next one.